Since a decade, Moringa is well known about its nutritional and medicinal properties, but now we came to know that Moringa leaf extract can also be used as biostimulant, or as we can say a natural source of biostimulant. So today we are here to discuss the Moringa leaf extract, its method of application, and especially how its efficiency when we talk about Moringa leaf extract as biostimulant. To have a discussion on this topic, I have three well-known personalities of Moringa crop with me. So, first of all, I would like to introduce these personalities with you people. On my left side, Dr. Wasif is sitting. He has a PhD from University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, and right now working as assistant professor, Bahauddin Zikriya University, Multan, Pakistan. Very next to him, a well-known personality, world knows him as Dr. Moringa, Professor Dr. Shehzad Maqsood Ahmad Basra. He is leading alternate crops at University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, as well working as professor at Department of Agronomy, University of Agriculture, Faisalabad. Very next to Dr. Basra, we have a lady guest, Dr. Mariam. She is working as ARO at Horticultural Research Institute at Ayub Agriculture Research Institute, Faisalabad, Pakistan. Welcome to all of you in our program. So my first question, Dr. Basra, I would like to ask from you, what is the concept of biostimulants?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Since Moringa is one of the most nutritional and medicinal domestic industrial use plant, so when it was discovered that this plant has enormous...
Moringa is known as its nutritional and medicinal properties, but either it can be used as biostimulant. So we will ask the question from Dr. Basra, what is the concept of biostimulants and what is the role of Moringa oleifera as biostimulant?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Since Moringa is very rich in so many compounds and very famous for its nutritional and medicinal value, domestic industrial uses, decades back when Feudal did some research that because Moringa has such an enormous medicinal value, so can it be useful for the other plants as well? So then Moringa was used, its extract was used as a crop growth enhancer. So that's what we know as biostimulant.
Right. Okay. Dr. Wasif, I would like to ask, is there any relationship between biostimulants and crop growth regulators?
In fact, basically we use different growth regulators which include cytokinins, zeatin and a few other compounds. But Moringa leaf extract has the properties of rich in cytokinin. Yes, and cytokinin and especially zeatin. Zeatin normally in other leaf is just 0.002. That is very minimum quantity. But relatively it is more higher in Moringa leaf extract that has been reported likely up to 200 milligram. So it is a very
200
good
milligrams
per kg of prime matter. Yeah. So it means that it is a very good plant growth regulator, and we have experimented on different crops, like told earlier that on wheat, maize, different kind of range and grasses, and so it can be easily and economically used and adopted by the farmers.
Okay, actually, we can say the biostimulants and crop growth regulators are the same two products.
Yes, you can say that. But if it can be extracted from a living source, then that we call it biostimulant.
Okay, okay. And if it is inorganic, then it will be known as crop growth regulator. Okay.
I can add that when we talk about the plant growth regulators, these may be synthetic or plant origin, extracted from the plants or organisms, or synthetic in the lab. But when we say biostimulants, these are actually extracts, natural extracts of the plants or any organisms like seaweeds. So they are not purified. These are relatively raw form. Some of the plants or some of the organisms, they have a higher ratio of promoters as compared to inhibitors.
Right.
As a result, when we use these, because every plant has promoters and inhibitors in it.
Right.
But some plants have higher concentration of promoters as compared to inhibitors. So when we use their extract, they can be used as a biostimulant. What is biostimulant? Is actually extract of some organism when we spray, when we fertigate, when we seed treat, or apply in any exogenous form that can enhance the growth of the crop. That's biostimulants. So these are the natural extracts.
Right. Okay. And Dr. Moringa, briefly tell us what are the natural sources of biostimulants?
The natural sources of biostimulants, usually they are using seaweed extract as a biostimulant, but it's quite expensive, uneasily available to the growers or the farmers. So there comes natural and a very cheap source, that is Moringa, and locally it is available in Pakistan and grown very low everywhere. As most of the people know, it is by Sohanjana. So it's a leaves, we can just collect the leaves, take their extract and spray on our leaves. It is the best biostimulant up till now we have studied. It's easily and available.
Providing the information that Moringa is among the best biostimulant and it is native to Pakistan, and in Pakistan it is commonly known as Sohanjana. Okay, Dr. Basra, what is Moringa leaf extract?
Actually, because the maximum part which is available from this plant are the leaves. Otherwise, it's bark, it's even gum, its flowers, its pods, roots, all have enormous medicinal and nutritional benefits. And these can also be used as biostimulants.
Right.
But the leaves are abundantly as a forage crop. So when we extract, there are two types of the extractions. One is solvent-based extraction, which is usually done by the addition of some organic solvents like ether, benzene, spirit, alcohol, like that.
Right.
And this is scientifically more acceptable. We have tried both organic-based extracts and natural extracts. These organic solvent extracts, due to some reactions, some of the compounds, they are decomposed, some are available. When we say Moringa leaf extract, we usually mean that we use only aqueous extract. Either we adding water or without addition of any water. Just like extraction, we blend and just sieve. We just blend the leaves and sieve. The pure Moringa leaf, that extract. And why we using the Moringa leaf extract? As already Dr. Wasif informed you that it is rich in a plant growth regulator, zeatin.
Zeatin.
What is zeatin? Zeatin is a cytokinin. It helps in cell division.
Right.
It helps in stay green characteristics.
Right.
It retains chlorophyll. As a result, when we apply cytokinin, it not only increases the growth, multiplies the cell, but at the same time also increases the chlorophyll concentration.
Right.
And as a result, when we apply it, plant remains longer period in green form. And when they are in green form, it means that they are photosynthetically active. And when they are photosynthetically active, they produce more food. As a result, we have the more growth. This is only one aspect. Moringa is also rich in a lot of phenolics, lot of antioxidants, many vitamins, many minerals. And nature has blessed this plant with such a combination of these compounds that when these are used as a whole, so they increase the growth of the other crops. So exogenous application mean we can spray these extracts. And it doesn't mean that we take that extract and purely we can apply it. Very diluted form is applied. And Dr. Mariam can explain that how much percentage of this extract is used on the crops.
Like we are using 3% Moringa leaf extract nowadays on our crops, horticulture crops.
How we will prepare 3%?
I'm going to tell you that from 10 kg of fresh leaves, Moringa leaves, we can get 1 liter of Moringa extract. Pure Moringa extract.
1 into 10 into 1 ratio.
No, just take 10 kg fresh leaves.
Okay.
We just put in the machine, sieve, and then we get the sieved extract. And the sieve extract is 1 liter. Then we can make the concentration depending on our crop area how much we need, how much
Okay.
dilutions then we have to be made. Like if we are going to spray on a 1 kilo plant, it requires 3% moringa. Then we have to use, in a 20 liter of water, we have to add just 5 and 20 ml of moringa leaf extract, and we can spray it on 4 leaves. So very minute quantity of moringa leaf extract is required that have very beneficial effect on plants. It increases the fruit size and improves its quality. Or the ultimate requirement of any farmer or a grower is the size of a fruit. So it will be beneficial for them.
Its optimum concentration is 3%.
Yes, 3%.
And Dr. Vasif, in earlier discussion, you were telling us that Moringa is rich in zeatin and different other compounds. Would you like to share the other compounds in Moringa contain in excess quantity?
Yes, likely, as I told earlier, that different plant growth promoting components are present in Moringa leaf extract. There is not only zeatin, not only cytokinin, even that has abscisic acid and its metabolites, and it has gibberellins likely. But beside this plant growth regulator, it is a very rich source of different phenolic acids. And in our previous studies, we analyzed different phenolic acids like gallic acid, paracumaric acid, benzoic acid, sanapic acid, and caffeic acid. And beside these, different flavonols and hydrocinamic acids were also analyzed. So, based on our results, we can say that Moringa leaf extract is a very good source of these phenolic acids. And these phenolics are basically antioxidant compounds which has medicinal qualities and which increase defense mechanism of plants when these are sprayed. As Dr. Mariam told earlier, that we spray on plants, different crops, and even on trees. So these phenolic acids increase its antioxidant system, and based on this antioxidant system, it can easily even tolerate under stress conditions, because we conducted different experiments on wheat and maize under marginal conditions like drought, like under saline conditions, and with chilling stress. And on all these conditions regarding wheat, maize, and other crops which we experimented, that Moringa leaf extract induced tolerance in these plants. And when Moringa leaf extract was analyzed, that which are the possible components which are responsible for this induction of tolerance, then phenolic acids, okay, that is a big source, which are antioxidant compounds, and the other plant growth promoting hormones.
Right. Okay. Dr. Bushra, as in your earlier discussion, you were sharing that Moringa leaf extract is a natural biostimulant and it is much more effective rather than other biostimulants on crops. As agriculture is related to our farmer, how a farmer can extract the Moringa leaf extract and how he can make 3% solution, as Dr. Mariam was telling us, the optimum concentration is 3%, and how it can be applied on large scale in field.
Before answering your too many questions, I want to explain that why a farmer use Moringa, how much enhancer, how much growth is expected. We have conducted a lot of experiments, and
You have to add alternate crops lab?
Yeah, on different under field condition or farmer field condition,
Right.
and easily you can get 15 to 40% increase in final yield. 15 to 40% final yield, depending upon the different crops. The minimum recorded yield increase in the economic yield by application of Moringa is 15%.
Right.
So that's a very good.
Yeah,
very
it's
good.
amazing. It's amazing.
And so no extra charges, just labor charges. Just labor charges, no chemical use, all natural. So the farmer has to use it. What the farmer needs is, he just need Moringa fresh leaves,
Okay.
can extract a spray machine. Now, how farmer can prepare it? We tried on different crops, horticultural crops, agronomy crops, even forage crops, vegetables. And interestingly, 3%, 3 to 5%, but minimum is 3%.
Right.
3% is most effective. This is a blessing that we can easily recommend that use 3%. If we have different percentage on different crop, that would have been a difficult situation. But 3% is effective on almost all crops. But how farmer can calculate 3%? First, we devised a local fabricated machine for extraction. But then we have established a very simple method for farmers. Usually we have a farmer has 20 liter capacity of spray machine. The backpack spray machine, backpack. 20 liters. So for 20 liters, you need only 1 kg of fresh moringa leaves. Just in a cotton cloth, crush the leaves with some hammer, something, some stone. You can just crush it. And then you can use this simple like tea bag in 20 liter of water in a container. That will be around 3 to 5% of the solution. And just spray on the crop 3 to 4. If crop is like a few leaf stages, then you can spray 3 containers in 60 liter. It means 60 liter of solution on the crop, on 1 acre. But if the crop is much higher, like knee height, then you have to spray 4 containers, mean 80 liters containing 4 kg of fresh leaves. Right. So, it's a very simple. For an acre, you need only 4 kg of fresh leaves and 80 liter of water. And what is interesting situation is that when we are going to apply plant growth hormones and phenolics, nature has a very unique and interesting phenomena. That when we apply exogenously very low quantity of these growth hormones and phenolics, the endogenous production enhances.
So exogenous application will enhance the endogenous.
Yes. Otherwise, only 3% has very, very minute quantity of protein, very, very minute quantity of minerals, very minute quantity of growth hormones. But these low quantity, they trigger the endogenous production. So when these endogenously produced compounds, then they create these changes in the plants. For farmers, there is another interesting situation is that farmers can fertigate. This fertigate is they can extract and they can use it with the furrow irrigation. So they can mix it with it. And for agronomic crops, for all the agronomic crops and vegetable crops, 3 to 4 containers mean 60 to 80 liters containing 3 to 4 kg of fresh moringa leaves are enough for 1 spray. And usually we recommended 2 to 3 sprays in a growing whole period of the plant, because there are different critical conditions, critical stages of the crop. So at critical stages, like wheat, you can spray at tillering, at heading, at booting. So 3 sprays. Differently in different crops, on critical stages, you can spray 2 to 3 sprays, and that will be enough to increase 15 to 40% of the final harvest.
Dr. Mariam, Dr. Gupta was sharing that we can apply on large field in large quantity. How we can apply moringa leaf extract on a horticulture tree, on an orchard, on fruit plants? What will be its method of application?
Usually we recommend to go for foliar sprays in the fruit orchards. And in case of, and it depends upon the size of the tree. Usually for a kidney or mango, we need 5 liters of water for 1 tree. Whereas in guava and other fruit crops that are small in size, 3 liters is sufficient. So we'll adjust the quantity according to the age and the size of the plants, and then we will make the dilutions accordingly and spray it, foliar application. And usually the application is done when the fruit is of walnut size, in case of citrus and in mango. And in guava, research is going on, so let's see which stage will be best for guava, because we get 2 crops of guava in a year. So until now, the guava is not finalized.
So I can just add in it.
Sure.
How farmer can calculate how much quantity he can spray on a citrus plant or guava plant or a mango plant. Just take just water as a blank water,
Blank.
just water, and spray on a tree. So when the farmer feels that all the leaves are now wet, so he can calculate that it took like 2 liter or 3 liter or 4 liter or 10 liter or 20 liter, whatever the size of the tree. Then accordingly he can spray on that quantity.
That one.
But that should be 3%.
3%.
3% that quantity.
Right.
Another interesting situation is, the question is, your next question might be, what is the shelf life? Can
Yeah,
we
obviously.
use, this is the question which usually, a lot of questions to me, that which type of the leaves, which part of the leaves we need to extract, how much its shelf life, how much we can store. Luckily, Moringa, if it is grown as a crop, like 1 feet high or knee height or full grown tree, almost all parts, they have very much similar quantity of the growth hormones and phenolics. So we can use any mature leaves,
Mature
not the older yellow leaves,
Okay.
not very younger leaves, but any part of the plant, Moringa plant, you can take the leaves, and only leaves along with the small branches, no problem. And what is the shelf life? This is question mark. The fresh extract you cannot store for the longer periods. Once you extract, that it should be used within a few days.
Few days.
Now we have started working that how it can be used for the longer periods. So Moringa leaf powder, Moringa dried leaf powder might help in that regard.
Dr. Basra, my last question from you is, what is its marketing potential? Either it is being marketed.
Okay, when we say that it can increase 15 to 40% yield of any crop, it can increase its tolerance against salinity, heat, chilling, frost, even drought, and even less attack of diseases and insect and pest, then it should be marketed. It should be available. The first thing is that every farmer should have his own moringa, so he can use fresh. But everybody cannot grow his own. Most of the people, they will love to buy from the market. So in initial experiments, we have conducted that without preservative, Moringa leaf extract can retain its biostimulant properties for 3 months.
For 3 months.
But 3 months is very, very short time for marketing. Now we have started working on if Moringa leaf dry powder has the same effectiveness as biostimulant. Like it has 60 to 70% effectiveness as compared to the fresh. But still it is good. But if fresh can increase the yield like 20%, the Moringa leaf dry powder, then you can just mix in water and use.
Okay.
And it's not much, like only 250 grams, only 250 grams of Moringa dry powder can be used in 80 liters for 1 acre. So it has effectiveness like 10 to 15%. And it would have, I expect that it might be used for 6, 7, 8 months. So we are working on that so that it can be easily marketed. Because anything which is in market, it should have shelf life of at least 6 months.
And thank you very much to all of you for sharing the precious knowledge about Moringa leaf extract. As our guests were sharing the information about Moringa leaf extracts and its application on different field crops and horticultural crops, from the discussion we came to know that Moringa is a native plant to Pakistan, and it is commonly found everywhere in southern Punjab especially. So a farmer can easily utilize Moringa leaves as Moringa leaf extract. He can easily extract, and he can easily apply on his field crops to maximize the production. Whenever we talk about modern agriculture always aims to reduce the inputs without reducing the yield and quality. So among all biostimulants, among all growth regulators, we can conclude that Moringa oleifera is the cheaper source of different antioxidants, zeatin, all the micro and macronutrients, as well as its application is very simple and farmer can easily apply its extract on field to enhance its production. Thank you very much.